Hello everyone, in this lesson we're gonna explore keyframe interpolation. So basically it's a process of creating intermediate frames between two keyframes so that we don't need to adjust the layer frame by frame. As we create an animation with two keyframes, interpolation comes in and creates movement to make better flow between these two keyframes. These in-between keyframes that we are talking about called interpolation. For example, here I created 4 same path layers but with different interpolation. In After Effects, we have two types of interpolation, temporal interpolation and spatial interpolation. Okay, so we just need to select the middle keyframe, right click on it and enter keyframe interpolation. Here we can see two kinds of interpolation and the line written down the temporal interpolation. This affects how a property changes over time. And the spatial one affects the shape of the path, so it's more about layers position and affects layers path. Let's look at it first. Toggle down. Here we can see 4 types of spatial interpolation. See here, I have already created them. These 4 layers have same animation speed and keyframes type, just the difference in its middle keyframe which changes overall layers path. See the first one. Okay, opening the properties, we can see the spatial interpolation is linear, so the movement part of this layer is linear. Similarly, this layer has Bezier interpolation selected. As I select these 2 layers, we can see the difference clearly in the path of these layers. In Beziers, we get the handles to adjust the path further, like this. The next one is continuous Bezier. It's similar to the Bezier, but except that we cannot change one handle path separately from the other one in continuous Bezier. It means if we move one handle, then the other one will also move. It helps not to break the path of the animation like this. See, if I am moving one handle, the other one is also moving, unlike the Bezier one. The last type of spatial interpolation is auto Bezier. This type of interpolation is almost the same as Bezier, but here if we change the animation path direction, see the handle changes according to the angle of the animation path to keep the curve. If we change in continuous Bezier, we can see that it's not happening like auto Bezier, and Bezier is also working differently. Now let's see temporal interpolation. Select the auto Bezier keyframe and go to the graph editor, then change it to edit value graph mode. Right click on the keyframe and enter on keyframe interpolation. But as written, this applies on individual x and y values. So firstly, separate the positions. Go here, right click, enter on separate dimensions. Now it's a handle appeared. Select the middle keyframe, entering on linear. As we can see, it changed into linear path. Now if we enter on Bezier, here it exactly works like a spatial Bezier. But the difference is that spatial interpolation affects the animation path of the layer, but here it affects the value graph. Changing the handle, we can see that we can edit the 2 handles separately in Bezier. Now again selecting the keyframe, entering on continuous Bezier. It's for changing the handle of the value graph together without any breaks in between the graph. Let's explore the next one, auto Bezier. It's moved with the curve present at the center, just like in the spatial auto Bezier interpolation. The last one is hold. It allows to move in a toggle hold manner, also changing in Y position. Okay, now if we see the path of all the layers, we can clearly see the difference which has been just created by keyframe interpolation and nothing else. Everything is same, just the difference in keyframe interpolation in between keyframe. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you liked this one, and if you have any doubt, comment down, I will help you. Okay, see you in the next one.